Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Amazon, stock is down 0.18%, so kind of a flat day on Amazon, and Amazon got up to 188.35, but the rally did not continue to the upside, at least up to 190. I would like to see Amazon above 190 for more bullish action to the upside, but as of right now, Amazon definitely holding above 185, and that's going to be a line in the sand for tomorrow. 185 gives up, there will be a drop down to 183 right here, 182.91, so I would say 183. 20 SMA and 50 SMA sitting right here, and below that there will be more dump off down to 180, 176.75, and then 173. But as long as Amazon can actually stay above 185, watch out for continuation up to 190 on Amazon. On Google, stock is up 0.77%, so another fresh new all-time high on Google, 182. And this thing was also pushing above the upper Bollinger Band. And just like every other technicals, we'll talk about it in this video with Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia, things were pulling back, right? Respecting this upper Bollinger Band, coming back, and now trading underneath 180. So now here on Google stock, there will be strong support right down here, 176 right here. And below that, we got lower Bollinger Band now moved up, sitting at 173. That's going to be the next support below 176, and then 170 down to 50 SMA 168. To the upside, looks like it's struggling at 180. If we can break and hold 180 on Google, watch out for continuation up to 182, and then possibly up to even 188. On AMD, it's up 0.81%, so AMD came down to lower Bollinger Band right here at 157.44, came down to 158.62, not quite touching it, but this thing went back up, and now trading over 160. Bottom of this box right here, or this channel, it's been consolidating right here in between 160 and 174. So here on AMD, 160 can hold. Watch out for a move up to right here 164, and then this gap 165.86 up to 171, and then 184 will be the big breakout to the upside. To the downside, 160 gives up. There is strong support now, lower Bollinger Band at 157.44, and below that you're going to see a dump off down to this gap right down here, 153.49 on AMD. On Netflix, kind of a flat day, only up 0.23%, and came down to 20 SMA right here exactly. It's sitting close to 640-ish and came down to 643, went back up, and now trading at 650. So Netflix looks like after this consolidation breakout, and now it's just consolidating above 630, and that is looking really bullish. I mean, who knows, this thing might go up to 700, guys. So watch out. Netflix should be on your radar as long as this thing is above 630. That is still bullish for a move back up to this new 52-week high, 664 to 665, and above that level, this thing will get a breakout again from this consolidation right here, and possibly can move up to 700. So for tomorrow, 640 and 630, strong support to watch. 640 20 SMA, and then this consolidation and this high right here, 630, and below that 625 to 624, all the way down to 615. On Tesla stock, it's up almost 4%, and finally on our Tesla calls, we got paid today. Now Tesla got up to 180, and there is no big breakout yet on Tesla stock. I mean, it looks like it's breaking out, but I would say give some time. And why? Because we saw that breakdown from this wedge yesterday. This thing came back up, and now it's pushing actually to the upside. So I need to see Tesla above 183 for more bullish breakout to the upside, and possibly going up to 200. It needs to get over 183. It needs to stay over 183 for more upside up to 200. This is going to be the first stop on a breakout over 183. Now below 183, this is still consolidating right here. And watch out, there will be strong support at 176 now, 20 SMA, and below that, right down here, 50 SMA 172, and then 170 on Tesla. On Meta, it's up 0.27%. So Meta was running way too high, got up to 514, way above the Bollinger Band, and then came back. We actually got Meta calls at 505 and sold out just above 508 for a nice day trade, and now it's trading near 509. Still a green day on Meta. Now if you look at my screen, the Bollinger Band here on top, it actually got up to 509. So this Bollinger Band will expand even higher up to 520, and then you're going to see even bigger move on Meta. For tomorrow's session, there will be strong support at 505 to 504, down to 500, rising 5-day moving average 590, and then 50 SMA and 20 SMA right here around 481, and then this gap 478.89. If it gets down here, that's going to be an absolute dip buy on Meta. Now to the upside, as long as Meta can stay above, I would say 500 to 501, above this rising 5-day moving average, still bullish, and this thing can push up to 520. On Apple stock, it's up 2.86%. So we talked about it in my video before when Nvidia was going to go through that split, and I said, who's going to take over? There's got to be someone who's going to take over from Nvidia, and something will move like Nvidia. Well, Nvidia is moving, but not big enough, not like before, where this thing exploded, guys. I mean, it was up like 5%. And look at last 2 days of trading. I mean, look at this gigantic bullish engulfing candle. So this was actually, and this is where, I was thinking maybe this is actually a fake breakout. We might see some pullback. Maybe they want to do that buyback at a cheaper price, right? But I guess I'm wrong. They're not actually willing to bring this thing down to buy at a cheaper price. They don't care anymore. They're going to do that buyback. Now, I know there is some catalyst, AI news and all that. Trust me, that's not the thing moving this stock. What's moving is the buyback. $110 million. What do you think? That's a lot of money, guys. And that is why this thing is moving. Not that AI news. AI news is just a catalyst to move things higher. Now, Apple was lagging behind. It was actually the third biggest company just a few days ago. And Nvidia was second and Microsoft was first, right? And guess what? Look at this market cap here. 3.27 trillion. It was actually 3.34 at one point, right up here. So gave up some of the gains, but still number one company. Massive, massive move. Now, when I think about Apple here, guys, and let me break this down. So I think I did mention that before in my video. I actually had this Patreon member, some kid, I guess, not really into trading. So I bought a lot of shares right here on Apple, for swing trade, and it wasn't going up. And I said, you're buying Apple. It's not like you're buying some penny stock, just come down and hold it. Well, he said Apple is trash, junk, the worst stock. And guess what? He's no longer with us, right? Apple now, I mean, you should see Apple. If you're watching my video, you should see Apple. And that is why when Apple was down here, and I'm not saying this because I called it and I've been calling this out. I'm not trying to get some credit or anything, guys. All I'm trying to do is when things are oversold on a big name like Apple, you should be buying. When things are overbought, don't chase. Now people are telling me like, oh, can I get Apple call here? No, you can't. You want to chase? Go ahead and chase. I'm not chasing. I can't chase this move right here. I know I can make money, but I'm not a chaser. I don't play like that. This move is done. It's gone. When this thing was down here and I was saying that Apple is the healthiest stock in the market right now, we got a nice juicy pullback, and this is actually a dip buying opportunity. What I got in return from my Patreon member, Apple is trash, garbage stock, don't buy it, worst stock in the market. And look at it now. I mean, it's not too long, guys. Look at right here. That was April 22nd. It's not even 2 months. Now 220. Take that. So that is why whenever you see big names like Microsoft, especially Apple and Microsoft, I'm not even talking about that Nvidia stock. Just Apple and Microsoft. And I do have a big position on Microsoft that is long term. Not from here recently. I bought back when that thing got crashed on COVID, with COVID crash. and it just growing. It keeps going, right? So Apple here was another opportunity, and you can go back, look at all those videos, and multiple videos where I said, like, it's getting oversold. Apple is a dip buy. So if you got it at that time and you're thinking outside the box, longer time holding, you made a ton of money. But if you're wrong, and if you're calling Apple stock a trash, you're not gonna make any money whatsoever. Even if you get any other stocks, even if you get Nvidia, you're not going to make money because you have that negative sentiment in your mind where things are not going up, you're giving up. Like, oh, I don't want it anymore, it's trash. No, that's just not how it works, right? So I just want to break it down and tell you guys that now it's not the time to buy Apple. Definitely not. Maybe on this weekly time frame we get a pullback down here, down to 200 to 198. That's gonna be your buying opportunity. Now Apple exploded. We took out weekly, monthly expected moves and got up to 220 today. Fresh new all-time highs. Now way above the Bollinger Band. Look at this. It's sitting at 206 and the stock was trading at 220, guys. When was the last time? You guys give me an answer. When was the last time you saw an Apple run like this in the last couple years? So now if there is a pullback, well, watch out. 207 might be a level to watch. Maybe that can hold as a support right here. Below that, 200 to 201 right here, rising 5-day moving average, and then weekly breakout. That's going to be around 198. And I'm not even going below 198 right now. Let's see where Apple goes going into tomorrow's session. To the upside, well, that is a breakout, so blue sky above, and this thing can push again back up to 220, and possibly, who knows, if this thing is actually taking over Nvidia, the way this thing is running, the next target over 220, we might be going up to 250s in near future. So watch out. Apple could be on your list, but don't go and chase Apple right now. Wait, there is going to be opportunities on Apple. It will pull back, and you know how that works. Previous all-time highs, multiple rejection on weekly time frame. Now if there is a pullback, this is going to be a strong support to buy the dip at 198 on Apple stock, even though it's high, but at least wait for 198 to 200 if you're thinking about buying Apple dips. On Microsoft, it's up 1.94%. So Microsoft actually took over just before closing. Now market cap sitting at $3.2 trillion, where Apple is at 3.27. So these two are just racing, and who wants to be the bigger company? And Nvidia just behind, even though Nvidia hitting another fresh new all-time high today. So here on Microsoft, well, it's way above the Bollinger Band. We gapped over previous all-time highs, which is 433. So now if there is a pullback down to this gap around 433 and previous all-time highs, that should hold as a support, and this is going to be a line in the sand on any pullback right here on Microsoft 433. Below that, you're going to see a dump off, possibly down to 430 and then 425, rising 20 SMA, and then all the way down here 420. To the upside, as long as 533 can hold on a pullback, this thing should continue even higher, back up to 443, up to even 452. On Nvidia stock, it's up over 3.5%. So just like I said in my last video that there's a lot of calls coming in for 130, they definitely got paid today. And Nvidia hitting another fresh new all-time high and getting a rejection from 126 and now trading at 125. So there will be support now on Nvidia stock right here around 123, 117 to 118. And below that 115. Nvidia can break and hold 126. Definitely those calls were coming in 130s. It might go in the money. So the next target over 126, Nvidia can go all the way up to 130. But as this thing makes a move and again hitting all-time highs, the longer this thing stays up and goes higher, people that are buying on top are buying things with a lot of risk. So be careful buying here. Nvidia at all-time high, and also weekly, daily, monthly, quarterly, all the time frame are extremely overbought. You may not like this, but when things are overbought, it can stay overbought for a while, right? but things will come back at some point. You just have to wait for that. And if you're chasing, I would not recommend holding Nvidia too long because you're pretty much buying at all-time highs, and this is where machines and big money, smart money, they sell out big time. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.